Testing, testing. Come on. All right, shalom, Israel. Just getting started up here, man. Just want to double check the stream, make sure it's coming through. Shalom, man. Peace be unto you, brothers and you few sisters tuning in. I'm the brother Yawana, coming back at y'all with Lord's will, another edifying lesson. First and foremost, as always, before I start, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers. Shalom to you, brothers, pushing and teaching this truth across the four winds of this earth. And as always, peace, blessings, and many salutations be to you, sincere Akyam Akwa, you brothers, along with you few sisters who are tuning in. Okay, man, I'm back through the mercy and grace of Yahweh Shai to bring forth another in the news prophecy update type lesson. And really, I was having a hard time kind of, picking what articles that I want to touch on, different events that were taking place, because there's so much, man. I got damn near 2-3 pages full of just things that are happening, man. So the Lord is definitely moving. Okay, and without further ado, let me split the screen for y'all so you can see. Right, I wanted to, bring out these few articles that I do have, and I might save probably the next two half pages for the next two prophecy updates, because everything is still pretty fresh, from the last few days. So, Lord willing, I can go into this one and another one as well, another update, letting y'all know what's going on around the world, right? Whatever the Lord allows. But nevertheless, we're going to start here, okay, because there was 3 earthquakes that took place here recently, and I wanted to read, just where these earthquakes had taken place. As far as from what I've read, there hasn't been too many deaths. Nothing compared to that. What was that? I want to say that was Turkey. Yeah, that Turkey/Syria earthquake, man. I don't think there was nearly seen as those deaths over there in Turkey and in Syria since that great earthquake came is about 50,000 deaths. Okay, and that's people they found. It could be a lot more, but nevertheless, still amassed a very big number. Right, and this is NPR.org, and it says the headline: "A strong earthquake has killed at least 15 in Ecuador and 1 in Peru." And you see, this is March 18th, 2023. So again, this is recent. Okay. See, and this is all the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Have there been evil in a city and the Lord hath not done it? Well, that's a rhetorical question, meaning it answers itself. The Lord has done this, man. Okay, so these few earthquake headlines, we're just going to be quick, and I want to break out some scriptures, right? And then we're going to move on to the next 2 topics, because like I said, I have a few articles that I want to touch on, mainly 4, but nevertheless, this is ADN.com, and it says 5.4 earthquake off coast near Homer Shakes, South Central Alaska, right? So we had that earthquake that we just read, right, in Ecuador and Peru. And now we're reading about a 5.4 that happened in South Central Alaska. Okay. Now let's go to the next one, okay? Because there's earthquakes happening everywhere, man. Yahweh Bashem Shai is moving, is visiting the earth, which he made, man, through the different judgments. Okay. And this is Salakia, let me go down. Computer's not working with me. Here we go. And there was also a magnitude 6.5 earthquake that striked New Britain, or that the Lord sent upon New Britain. And again, this is February 25th, 2023, still relevant, right? And I wanted to bring out these different earthquakes, to ultimately bring out this scripture right here. Okay, so bear with me. Baba Kushah. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start up in this chapter, right? So hopefully, let's see. Hopefully, it'll load for us. Salakia, bear with me. Here we go. Yeah, you see the header. It says, which the name of the Lord is not no damn Jesus Christ, man. Right? Let's just put that out there. The true name of the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh Shai, right? The Savior for the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Okay, as well as you other respected tribes. That's who the Lord Yahweh Shai, or who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, died for, is the Israelites, man. Right? But nevertheless, it says Yahweh Shai speaks about the future. So the future, man. Let's go down. Where's the start? Where to start the first verse, man? Might as well. Yeah, lock this in. It says, as Yahweh Shai was, and this is in the NLT, mind you, as Yahweh Shai was leaving the temple grounds, his disciples pointed at him to the various temple buildings. But he responded, do ye see all these buildings? I tell you the truth. They will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another. Later, Yahushua sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, tell us, when will all this happen? What sign will signal your return and the end of the world? And this is what the disciples asked Yahushua. And we go into this, into this chapter, into these first few verses a lot, because it's key to understand what times that you're in. Because only when you start to understand the times that you're in, you would understand how serious, right, that you need to take this truth, man. Because you have individuals that are in this truth, but they're just in it for glory of men. They're just in it to look good. They're just in it for, for show. They want to be praised. Or they're in it for filthy lucre's sake, man. Right? Just for money. Those are real hirelings, man. Only doing this thing for money, right? Not really taking it, any care for the sheep of Yahweh Shai, man. Right? So the disciples are asking him, what sign will signal your return and the end of the world? Yahushua told them, don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. And you have a lot of bugged out people that have been doing that, man. Right? And Salaki, I got something in my eye real bad, man. Satan messing with me bad, but it's all good. He has a job to do, man. So if I rub my eye a lot throughout this lesson, forgive me. It feels like I have like a nail in there or something, man. Right? It says, Yahushua told them, don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Yeah, see, I like how it's worded in here, because in the KJV it says, but the end is not yet. The end is here, right? But just because we see these wars, rumors of wars, doesn't mean World War III is going to take place immediately. Why? Because there's different key prophecies that still have to take place before, all right, nuclear destruction, right before World War III hit its peak. There's different things that have to take place. It says, nation will go to war against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. See, famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. And we saw Ecuador, right? 15 dead. And that's just who they found. Once again, buildings collapse in the event of an earthquake. So you have mass amounts of buildings that are falling on these people that they can't find. So it could be more. But nevertheless, the Lord told us that we would see earth places, or as it's worded in the NLT, earthquakes and famines in many parts of the world. Alaska, Ecuador, Turkey, Syria, right on the border of Japan. There was an earthquake not too long ago. Okay, in China. Right, so there's earthquakes all over the place, which again is giving us a signal, right, that Yahweh Shai is on the way, and that we're at the end of this thing, man. Okay, and so also, right, I wanted to bring that out because again, there's more earthquakes that have happened than this. I just wanted to show y'all through the Spirit, man, because this should boost us up, right? The scriptures are literally coming to life, and if you don't believe in them, then all that means is that you're not of the elect, because the elect are looking at the things going on in the world and being convinced that that the Bible is true, that the Lord is speaking, man, right? So again, hey, there are earthquakes in diverse places. You can't get around that, man. Right? And it's like back to back too. There'll probably be 4 or 5 more earthquakes in the next 2 days in other parts of the world as well. Because again, that's the times that we're in. So I did want to skip this, right? Leave off from that topic, right? Because the point was made, right? And we're gonna go to YouTube, and man, Lord willing, this works. Man, YouTube been acting up all day today. Slack Yakim. I don't know what's going on. It's all right, though. Let me see. As soon as wow. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, let me try something. Excuse me. Yeah. Slakia, man, got technical difficulties as you can see. But Lord willing, this thing will get going. All right. It's funny how things will work fine before you get into a lesson. As soon as you go into the lesson, man, that's when things start to freeze on you, and it's all good though, man. I'm gonna read the headline here. It says North Korea says 1.4 million have signed up to fight. All right, the U.S. And it's funny because I want to say it's 3 days ago. You had the number at 800,000, right, that had volunteered to go and help fight, right, against the U.S. and North Korea, man. Salakia, see, I don't know what. Computer is all messed up, man. I apologize. Right? So 1.4 million have signed up. See, so the Lord is getting, everything ready for World War III as well. Right? End time prophecies are taking place. The Lord is getting everything ready. All right, here it is. You got 1.4 million, right, citizens that ultimately volunteered to fight against the U.S. and they're serious, man. But yeah, look at over here. Meanwhile in the U.S., man, you still got people doing TikToks, people in the army doing TikToks, man. Right? America is the weakest damn country right now. See, and a lot of people say, well, America is the strongest. No, America's not the strongest no more. Right? America's, I always look at Joe Biden, and hey, Joe Biden is the perfect visual for what America looks like right now, man. Weak and feeble, right? Vulnerable, right? Undefensive, not able to defend itself. That's the current state of America's dudes, constantly tripping upstairs, walking into planes, constantly trying to shake hands with the air, forgetting what he's gonna say. You see, I think there was a statistic that went out that Biden had to get checked for for his cognitive functions because he's not all there, right? So that's the current state of America. Meanwhile, you have Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah putting the spirit on these other nations to gear up, right, and get ready, right? This is all the Lord doing this, man. 1.4 million, that the Lord did that. Because again, the Lord is preparing everything. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. See, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, right? When that word heart in the Hebrew goes into the Hebrew word lab, which means your mind. So the king's mind, these different rulers, right, and generals in these different armies, the Lord's putting it in their mind, right? To gear up for war and to prepare. Okay, this is all part of Bible prophecy, man. Seeing as the third woe cometh quickly, as the scriptures say. Well, what's the third woe? World War III, right? The war to end all wars. Why? Because it's gonna be a nuclear war, man. Right? These nations possess nuclear capabilities, which is something that you people should be terribly afraid of, man. Right? The fact that there's even weapons of mass destruction within the possession of somebody, man. Right? See, because this is getting ready to happen. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. You see that? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, and that's ultimately, right? That's ultimately the mentality of these nations, especially North Korea, man. They're really investing their time into getting these, running these these missile tests and whatnot, because they're fed the hell up, man. Right, so now they're saying, now we're strong, and they had even said that they're ready for real combat. They don't want to keep running real drills, man. They want to do the real thing, right? And also have this article right here, just backing up that last article that we brought out, right? Because why would they have 1.4 million people, volunteer to help fight? Because they're going to fight. They're not doing it, just for show. Right? They're because they're showing, and it's really the Lord showing, right? Everybody in the world that He's getting ready to do this thing, man. Right? Salaki, I'm trying to scroll down, but it's not letting me. Here we go. It says, and this is APnews.com, and it says North Korea latest missile simulated nuclear counterattack. Right? So they're even having simulations. Right on, I want to say South Korea. I'm destroying South Korea, which I think is going to go into that. Which we'll scan through it. It says CEO South Korea AP. North Korea said Monday it simulated a nuclear attack on South Korea with a ballistic missile launch over the weekend. That was its fifth missile demonstration this month to protest the largest joint military exercises in years between the U.S. and South Korea. The North's leader Kim Jong-un instructed his military to hold more drills to sharpen the war readiness of his nuclear forces in the face of aggression by his enemies, state media reported. And this is really, the mentality and the spirit that the Lord is putting on these nations, man, to ultimately continue to hold more drills. That's why you're seeing more drills and more exercises being done within these militaries in the world, because again, the Lord is getting them ready. And I thought it was, I thought it was pretty spiritual how it says, they're holding the drills to sharpen the war readiness, right? And when you go into this word sharpen, it says make or become sharp or sharper, improve or cause to improve, right? So that's what the Lord's doing. He's putting His spirit on these nations to ultimately invest time into more training, into more exercises and drills, okay, and pre-runs right before the real things happens. You see, but you look at America, man, and what the hell are they doing here? You got women in the army, that are supposed to be, supposed to. Hey, when you look at America's army, you shouldn't have no confidence in that, man. You got transgenders all up in there, women up in there shaking their ass on social media, but they're supposed to be soldiers for war. Come on, man, it's a damn joke. Well, that's why China, I want to say a year or 2 years ago, had taken out all effeminate men out of not even just out of the military, right? They banned it, and they banned effeminate men from being allowed to be on television, man, from being allowed to be on social media. Which that's a righteous thing, right? Because even within the scriptures, you can't be an effeminate male, right? But nevertheless, not to go off topic, it says improve or cause to improve. So that's the spirit the Lord's putting on these nations to invest their time, energy, and resources into improving, right? And to work on having those modern day engineers and scientists to have work and improve these weapons of mass destruction. Because when these missiles get launched, they're not going to fail, man. They were very intellectually made. And it all goes back to the praise, the glory, and the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Putting, again, the spirit, it's important that we understand that. These nations did not just create these missiles of their own selves, right? But the Lord put the spirit on them to create it, right? Man's glory is of the Lord, right? And right now, the Lord is whetting His sword. Okay, when you whet a sword, let's find out. What does it mean to whet a sword? Right? It says to whet is to sharpen, right? So when you're whetting a sword, you're sharpening it. And right now, the Lord is sharpening His sword. And here pretty soon, He's going to get ready to use it, man. And the main sword of the Lord is going to be these missiles, okay, that are written about in the Bible, right? To whet is to sharpen. That's exactly what the Lord is doing and what He's done. Let's go to Psalms chapter 7 and verse 11. It says, the Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. The Most High is angry with the wicked every day. How much more is the Most High angry with this place? America, aka Babylon the Great. The Lord is, scripture say that, the sins of this place have reached into the heavens, So the Lord can't wait to send his indignation, which is those weapons of mass destruction upon this place, man. He can't wait to do that. And quite frankly, I can't wait either, right? Because it's not until this place is destroyed, that until we can receive the kingdom of heaven. In order to receive the kingdom, this place has to, be destroyed first before the kingdom can be established, man. This place has to be erased. It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword. You see, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. See, the Lord has prepared for Esau, right, and 2/3 of our people, the instruments of death. Okay, which is what these missiles, man. That's what these missiles. That's what the end result is gonna be of these missiles, and that's what the intended goal is. See, the Lord isn't having these nations make these missiles so that they can sit up in a museum somewhere and somebody look at them like, damn, if those ever went off, that'd be a lot of damage. No, man, they're gonna cause a lot of damage. The Most High is bringing a very great disaster, to America, man. Thus, with violence, as the scriptures say, so that great city fall, right? Let's see if I got anybody in the check back here, make sure everything's cool. Cool, so that's perfect. Let's keep on moving, right? Let's read that one more time. We're gonna get to the next precept. Psalm 7 and 12. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Yeah, and really Esau, Edom knows, right, that that this place is gonna be destroyed. Okay, let me actually see if I can find this. Excuse me. Let me see if I can find this. Maybe some pictures of it. All right. Yeah, it was a specific picture I was looking for, but this does it justice. Like these elite banking families, man, they have these different underground bunkers, man, that they're ultimately going to resort to. Okay, when the time of our Lord Yahweh Shai coming back to bring great destruction, they're going to survive the blast, and it's all part of prophecy, man. Right? Let's go to Revelation, the 6th chapter, and I'm bringing this up because these very same devils that you people trust so much, right, are not going to tell you that the greatest destruction that has ever taken place and that ever will take place is coming upon the earth. They're going to ultimately deceive you and have you do what they want you to, what they want you to do, but they're not going to tell you what you need to do, right? Which is repent and come back to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, if you're an Israelite, right? Which, hey, man, Israel isn't just a skin color thing, man, right? It goes based on your spirit, because you have Israelites, or you have men, or even women too, that look like Israelites, but according to the seed of their father, they are a heathen. And everybody that has a curly fro and dark skin is the Israelite, man. Right? You got tares, but nevertheless, this devil's not going to warn you people, man. That's the true job of the prophets. The watchman is to warn you. Okay? This is Revelation chapter 6. And verse 14, it says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. You see that? And the heaven departing as a scroll, right, is talking about this right here. Okay? This is what the prophets, were able to describe what they were seeing in their visions. The Lord showed them, with the terminology that they had in their time. They didn't know to call this a mushroom cloud or, the effect of a bomb being detonated, right? Because when you look at it, man, it rolls together as a scroll. You see, the scriptures are real, man. The Lord showed the prophets the future, and it's been documented in the scriptures, right? The Lord has declared the end from the beginning, man. So regardless of what anybody says, this is the report. And if you don't believe it, then you're most likely going to partake, in this destruction when it happens, man. You're going to be destroyed, which is why we constantly tell our people every single day, never fails, man. Brothers every day telling our people to get right, turn from their ways. Why? Because if not, then this is going to be your reality. Seeing this being detonated right in front of you, and you have nowhere to go, but you're going to feel the wrath of the Lord, man. You see, people are going to feel the wrath of the Lord, man. The Lord promised that he wasn't going to destroy the world with water. That's why we have the rainbow. But the Lord's going to destroy this place with fire now, man. Time is up. Time is ticking. And all you people out there that are continuing to scoff and mock, well, guess what? You can do that. You can avoid reality, but you can't avoid the consequences of avoiding reality, right? People want to put off the truth as if it's not the truth. But it's all good, though, because when this day happens, then you're going to know that a prophet was amongst you. But guess what? Just like in the days of Noah, it's too late. It's too late, man. And you're going to burn the hell up. And the Lord is going to enjoy it. He's going to enjoy roasting you, man. Seeing as you lived your life in complete wickedness and ignorance and disregarding the truth that's been given unto you freely. See, we're not asking for money, man. We're not asking for subscriptions and to leave a like on the comment board, right? And to do all these different things. See? These videos are for the elect, man. And it also motivates us making these videos as well through the Spirit. But all these videos are for the elect so that you can continue to grow and get ready, man. Right? This is Deuteronomy 32 and 41. If I whet my glittering sword, what's that glittering sword? The missiles, man. And my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me. Yeah, the Lord is going to reward you, you people that hate him, man. Right? The Lord's going to reward it. What does the scripture say? Let's get it real quick. Okay? Bear with me. This is Proverbs 8 and 36. And it reads, but he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. All they that hate me love death. If you hate the Lord, then you love death, man. Because when you serve the Lord, you're ultimately bringing life to yourself, man, and to those that are around you that believe as well, right? If you serve the Lord, that's going to bring you forth to everlasting life. If you disobey the Lord and you hate the Lord, that's going to bring you to death, man, and destruction, right? That's why it's written, woe unto them that sin and keep not my commandments. Lord's going to deliver you to death and destruction, man. And it might sound cliche. You might be tired of hearing it. If you're tired of hearing it, then too bad, man. Go watch another video, right? Because this is what the Lord is saying in these last days. The Lord is pissed off, right? And we just hope that Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shah will continue to have mercy on us, seeing as we're doing our best to serve him, man, in these last days. It says, I will make mine arrows. What are those arrows? Going into the missiles, man. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Okay, that reminds me of another scripture in the book of 2nd Ezra. Okay, 16th chapter, because it mentioned those arrows. Right, again, North Korea having 1.4 million, volunteers joining the army to help fight against America. That's the same spirit that these other nations are in as well. Why, you got Iran and Saudi Arabia coming together with China, which they're also be coming together with Russia too, because China and Russia are in cahoots, man. President Xi and Vladimir Putin, right? So these nations are getting together, right, and it's all to come up against America. You're gonna have some of America's allies that are, here soon are gonna turn against them, man, right? Because this place is corrupt and wicked as hell. Right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows, you see that? His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And you can't take a literal bow and arrow and shoot from New York City and it land all the way in Beijing. You can't do that, man. So this is not talking about some actual literal bow and arrow, but this is talking about missiles, man. That's why they're called ICBMs, right? Intercontinental ballistic missiles. They shoot up, but they travel above the atmosphere, and then they hit their target wherever that target may be, right? So these missiles are gonna fly from one continent to another, right? But we understand America is the only place in the whole world, right, that's not gonna be rebuilt again. That's nobody's gonna be here, but desert creatures, right? America is the lake of fire that's talked about in the scriptures, man. And when that smoke clears, it's gonna be nothing but a desert for all eternity, right? It's gonna be a memorial, right? A monument of wickedness, of what happens when you don't serve the Lord, right? So and again, like it says, and shall not miss. These missiles are not gonna miss because they're sharp, going right back into the Lord. That Isaiah 54:16, the Lord put the spirit on these different modern day scientists and engineers to intellectually make these weapons, man. Right? So that when they were shot off, they weren't going to not fulfill their purpose. Right? They're not going to miss. And a lot of you people got your name written on one of the missiles, and it's destined for you. Right? So again, repent and certainty how Bashmal Shai. So that's not your ruin. Okay. And I only got a few more articles here, man. So, Lord willing, we can touch these as well. So let's actually jump to the next point, because again, we know destruction is coming, but before destruction comes, like I mentioned earlier, right, there are certain key prophecies that have to take place. Right? And you got all these different banks, right? You had Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, Credit Suisse. All these different banks are closing down. All right, and eventually they're just going to collapse overall. Which I want to say Silicon Valley Bank is done, right? But nevertheless, you're going to see a trend within this, seeing as, hey, man, hold slack here. Let me see if I can scroll down a little bit. Right, and this is NDTV.com. It says 186 U.S. banks at risk of Silicon Valley Bank like collapse. So just as a Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, well, that's 186 more U.S. banks are on the same edge of the cliff, and they're getting ready to fall, man. And that's gonna fall right along their plan with bringing in, right, that new digital currency, which overall, or I should say, ultimately, what that's eventually gonna go into is Revelation 13-16, man. Right? We understand because they're talking about using more biometric technology. Right, doing away with cash, and eventually that's what's gonna happen. Right, it's not gonna be no more cars, not gonna be no more cash, not gonna be no more nothing like that. It's gonna be the CHI to the P. Right, and this is CBSNews.com, and it says facial recognition technology used at New York supermarkets raises some questions about privacy. See, these devils are running out of time. So that's why you're seeing more talks of facial recognition. That's why you're seeing more talks of biometric technology and CBDCs, digital currency, because this is a time that we're in where this devil, right, is having to now scramble to fulfill his enterprise, which, by the way, is going to fail miserably, man. Right? This devil going to be the Lord going to allow him to start it, but he's not going to allow him to fully dive into his full purpose on how he wants to do it. Right when he's about to fill his belly, the Lord's gonna send that that bow of steel to strike him through. Right. So I want to read down, but the computer is not letting me. Here we go. It says, when you're grocery shopping, you may not realize what's being caught on camera. Some supermarkets are using facial recognition technology to catch thieves, but there are questions about privacy. And at the end of the day, they don't give a damn about your privacy, man, because even when they talk about these 15-minute cities, they're going to literally monitor every little move you make, every little thing that you buy, every little thing that you sell, every place you go. Remember, these devils want to know your thoughts, man. Klaus Schwab said it himself, and a few other World Economic Forum, leaders, quote, in parentheses, man. Talking about eventually they're going to be able to read your thoughts, because that's why they want that what is it called? That Neuralink that Elon Musk had developed, which is a brain C-hip, right? This devil wants to be able to read your thoughts, right? And I'll never forget, man, Noah is one of the World Economic Forum runners, right? He said, Jesus is fake news. He's like, we don't need God. We are God now, right? And that's that delusion the Lord has had them to believe, because they're puffed up with that pride, seeing that they have these capabilities to control the weather, right? To be able to make it rain, to make it snow, to make it earthquake, right? All these different type of capabilities. The Lord's had them believe in their mind that they are the Most High, but it's all the Lord's building them up just to tear them down, man. So again, these devils don't give a shit about none of your privacy. Just go read up on those 15-minute cities, man. Right? Within those 15-minute cities, a lot of what they use is that facial recognition technology. And I have a video, just in case some of y'all didn't see it or you forgot, that we're going to play after I read these next few points. It says, on the front door of 4 Fairway supermarket locations, you'll see a sign letting you know it collects or shares biometric information, including eye scans and voice prints, right? Which biometric technology, right? When you go into it, I'll just show y'all, because I saw like a little diagram here. Well, not diagram, but like a picture. Basically like, finger, using your thumbprint, using an eye scanner, the facial recognition, voice recognition. That's really what it was. The picture showed. I know it's a little blurry. Yeah, it says retina, passport, face, right? It's kind of hard to see, to be honest. Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Lord willing. Bear with me. Didn't want to go into all of this. That's all right. I mean, you ultimately get the point. You don't need to bring this out as well. Just close out of that. But yeah, you can see a little diagram right here. That's basically what biometric technology is, and this is what they're going to use more primarily as we forward into these last days, man. Completely doing away with cash and card, right? And you are going to be your credit card. You are going to be your wallet, right? And you are going to have your dental records on you, because it's going to be in you on an electronic grain of rice, which is known as a C-HIP, which we have to code name, or else these devils will ultimately shut down our videos, right? But at this point, everybody knows about it, so it's too late. It's to no avail. It's futile attempts. Okay. We go down. It says the NYPD says Lower Manhattan has the highest post-pandemic spike in chain store shoplifting, up more than 6% from last year. Right, and crime is also getting worse. I was reading an article too, how in SF, San Francisco, you had a little news reporter that was talking about how crime is increasing there. And as he's reporting on crime increasing, he's getting robbed on live television, man. It's to say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right, so crime rate is going to continue to increase, man, and it's only going to get worse. It says Fairway's parent company, Wakefront, said retail theft and shoplifting has a high rate of repeat offense and drives up grocery store costs for all customers. We have found that this technology is helping prevent more crime in store. The face has certain nodes that are unique, just like fingerprints are unique, said Manny, president of MG Security Services. Okay, Gomez agrees with its issue. So, and again, too, you got to remember that that Amazon Fresh store that they had opened up, where you don't even need, right, a credit card or cash. You just you scan your barcode from your app, and as soon as you go in, whatever you pick out and put in your cart and walk out, you're instantly charged after you leave the store, and it takes from your account, right? So even within that video, which was about a few months back, they had mentioned that this is going to be a trend that a lot of stores are going to ultimately adapt, because it's going to lower the rate of crime. It's going to lower the rate of theft, because you're not even going to be able to get in the store or out unless you have that barcode, which again is all going back to that C-HIP, man, because that's the ultimate end goal. They might talk about, cryptocurrency and, because I guess now they have these little Fed Now coins that they're going to start dishing out here in July, right? But at the end of the day, all of it's going to fall back on the seed hip because the Lord said it would happen, man. And we're in the process of seeing that happen, man. You know, so again, this is going to be a concept that a lot of stores, especially here soon, are going to adapt. And you got different stores around the U.S. right now, which nobody's talking about it, right? You know, there are these different stores like Target, right? There's different Walmarts that are open and super centers ultimately having it to where when you go to get your food in the store, they're setting up sensors, man, right? Even on these light light rails or trains out here in Phoenix, Arizona, the new ones that they're making, the new bodies that I don't want to say new bodies, but the new trains that they're making, they're way different from the old ones. On the old ones, you would press a button to open and get in the train when the train is stopped. But now when the train is stopped, you don't press the button. You have to wave your hand. Well, what's that going to go into, man? In every which way, shape, and form, you're not going to be able to live unless you get down with that new system. Unless you get down, you're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to, use transportation. Right? You're not going to be able to use the bus. Just like you can't get on the bus without a bus card. Well, shit, your bus card's going to be on that C-hip. And if you want to ride the bus just to get down three or four blocks, well, you have to go get that C-hip. Oh, you want some food? Well, you can't even have that because you need the C-hip. Oh, you want to get on this plane? Well, you can't even get on this plane because you don't have the C-hip. Right? And there's an article I want to read just backing up that point. This is the times that we're coming into, man. And if you don't see it, it's because you don't want to see it, man. Right? This is Blacklisted News. You good? This is Blacklisted News. Oh man, where did it go? That's crazy. You see how Satan does? Let's see if we can find that article again. All right, let's see if we can find that real quick. It's crazy. It just deleted itself. That's all good, though. We got it right here. This is blacklistednews.com, which I highly encourage. Highly encourage, all you brothers, man, you sisters, look into this. Bookmarked on your phone and computer. A lot of good information can be found here. But it says and this is the header, giving up biometrics at U.S. airports soon won't be optional, transport security chief says. And again, those biometric going into facial recognition, going into voice recognition, going into eye retina scans, man. Right? More pushing more and more onto a digital society. And this is what they want. This is what they've talked about. They made it plain. But yeah, you still got people that when we bring out these points and these little facts of what these damn elites want to do, and really where we're headed, we're still deemed crazy, right? We're deemed crazy until the things the Lord had to say starts to happen, and then it's like, okay, well, let me listen to what He has to say now. But now at that point, it's too late, right? So giving up biometrics at U.S. airports soon won't be optional. It's not going to be optional. You're not going to be able to say, for religious purposes, I don't want to do it, because that's going to be out the window. And you saw that too within the time of the scamdemic, when they were, allowing certain people in certain places to be able to be exempt from taking a vaccine, right, because of their religious beliefs. But that's going to be completely out of the door, man. This devil's not going to keep giving you the option to conform. He's just going to force you. And that's the history of Esau Edom, man, using violence to ultimately take control, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to happen. Revelation 12:12, this devil is going to come down having great wrath, man. You see, because it's not in him to be nice and man, he's a damn devil. He's wicked, he's evil, he's violent. And that's exactly what he's going to push on you people when this time comes, when he's ready to roll on you, man. Okay, so I just got a few more things here, man. So just bear with me. Let me see. There we go. And this article right here is from 2022, but it still holds a lot of relevancy because this is, again, something that they've been talking about doing, right? So Lord willing, this article will come up because this is a good article as well. Like I said, man, there's a lot going on. It's kind of hard to juggle which articles to go into because all of them hold a lot of weight. right? It's like the Lord again is having things happen back to back. So this is examinerlive.co.uk. Come on, man. It says new MasterCard payment system could see supermarket giants ditch cash or card to pay, right? To ditch cash or card to pay. So for all you different Israelite groups out there, right, that talked bad and against the elder apostles for breaking down Revelation 13 and 16 through 17, well, what's going to be that new form of payment, man? Well, we already know. We've been telling you through the Spirit of the Lord, starting with the head elder apostles on down, man. And Lord willing, I can keep scrolling down if my computer lets me. Oh, man, come on. Here we go. It says shoppers are being asked to ditch cash and card, instead use face or fingerprint recognition at the checkout, because again, they want to lean more towards a biometric payment system in society. Okay, which I have to keep saying it, because again, this is all gradualism to them rolling out the C-HIP, which they already have it, man. But here pretty soon they're going to make it mandatory, right? It says a trial is in place to increase shopper security at the tills, but some see it as a closer step towards a cashless society and also an infringement on privacy. MasterCard is trialing the biometric payment system that could see shoppers smiling or waving a hand at a scanner to pay for groceries. Yeah, waving a hand. Well, yeah, well, hey, the prophecy in Revelation 13 and 16 says that, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had that mark. So guess what, man? This is what they want. This is what we're coming into. And it's good that we go into these articles and that we stay updated, because this shows us that we're getting closer and closer to this prophecy. And again, Revelation 13 and 16 through 17 has to take place before World War III can hit its peak. And at its peak, meaning before those nuclear missiles are shot, this prophecy has to happen. And all over the world, we're literally seeing it come into play. And the more and more that we look at these articles and compare them with the scriptures, right, we're really comparing to that prophecy, which it's not far-fetched, right? They want to do away with cash and card. They want to do away with Bitcoin. So guess what? What's the next thing, right? It's a C-HIP, man, right? And hey, this is what's going to happen here soon. So all you people out there that don't believe, well, just keep not believing, man, because all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. Right? So you being unfaithful and not listening isn't going to do nothing but harm your own self. Right? That's why the scriptures say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Selves and the ones that are sincere. But if you're not, then you're just going to be put to death. And that's just how it goes, man. Okay? So let me actually let me end it off here in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. Right? Bear with me. Doing a little too much talking, man. Let's close out with some scriptures, man. This is Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, I will stand upon my watch, set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. See, and that's what we got to do. We got to stand upon our watch, being occupied in the prophecies, man. Right? Because the past few days, man, it's the Lord's, the mercy and grace of the Lord, He's had me jot down a lot of events. And in my mind, before I started jotting these events down, I'm like, well, damn, there's a lot going on. I know, but what's really going on? You start writing things down and seeing it on paper right in front of you, man. There's a lot going on right now, man. Right? Despite what anybody else says, again, the Lord has blessed us to see and understand the times that we're in, man. So this is why we have to continue to watch. Right? It says, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. And that's what we're doing. Right? We're ultimately breaking it down, breaking the scriptures down and making it plain. Right? Taking the things that are happening in the world and filtering it through Bible prophecy so that you can see why, what times that we're in and how serious that it is. Right? That he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the visions certain key visions again, just like the famine of the word, man, which I want to go into a video on that concerning Twitter, right? Lord, when I can get to that tomorrow, right, for the sake of time, but concerning the famine of the word, concerning, Jacob's trouble, concerning Revelation 13 and 16 to 17, those are for an appointed time. That appointed time is in the near future. Okay, so though it may look like nothing's happening and that it's tarrying, it's not tarrying, man, but it surely will come. So we just gotta continue to wait, right? And while we're waiting, continue to do the things that's pleasing unto Yahweh Shai, man. Off camera, on camera, and especially most importantly, off camera, man. Right, being sincere. Okay, not faking the funk. Because if you're faking the funk, you're gonna be found out. Spirit will reveal you, man. So that's really all I had. To the Spirit. Well, like I said, I have a lot more that I wanted to touch on, but just for the sake of time, for let's say this lesson will probably be like 3 days long, man. And if I went into everything, so Lord willing, I could just break it up into increments, and Lord willing, I could do it just like that if the Lord allows. But yeah, again, Lord's will, this lesson was edifying, man. I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers. Shalom to you brothers pushing and teaching this truth. Until next time, I say shalom, stay strong, and keep the faith, man. Shalom. I'm almost out of here. Shalom.